So it means that I was only having Wednesday to look at these issues. I don't know why this appeared to be hurried, because it's like we're just given about 3 days to look at these issues. If you want us to give a comprehensive report, really, of course we need more time. Number two, the issues that are being raised by the committee actually are already subject of the County Assembly. Agriculture Committee, almost word for word, the CEC has that communication. Now, I'm wondering how this matter, again, was transmitted to the Senate, and yet it's already with the County Assembly. Number three, Mr. Chairman, you raised some issues over the weekend about my appearance here. They were very strongly worded statements. And you are basically saying that you are coming to persecute me here and to get me off the way. And that you are assuring the Speaker of the National Assembly and Kenyans at large to put their TVs on. I hope this was also on, you can put it on, to hear how the Senate is going to grill me. And you have been compared, you had a biblical anecdote about Jesus and Barnabas, and you are saying that in the Bible they crucified the wrong person, but this time around you are going to crucify. I wish to request to be allowed to raise a few issues. Before we proceed. One is that this is the first time I'm appearing before the Senate committee on such a very short notice. Procedural. The letter was written on 30th, which was a Friday, followed by a weekend. Sunday was a public holiday, meaning Monday was a holiday. On Tuesday, I had another engagement here in Nairobi at a court case here. So it means that I was only having Wednesday to look at these issues. I don't know why this appeared to be hurried, because it's like we're just given about 3 days to look at these issues. If you want us to give a comprehensive report, really, of course we need more time. Number two, the issues that are being raised by the committee actually are already subject of the County Assembly. Agriculture Committee, almost word for word, the CEC has that communication. Now, I'm wondering how this matter, again, was transmitted to the Senate, and yet it's already with the County Assembly. Number three, Mr. Chairman, you raised some issues over the weekend about my appearance here. They were very strongly worded statements. And you are basically saying that you are coming to persecute me here and to get me off the way. And that you are assuring the Speaker of the National Assembly and Kenyans at large to put their TVs on. I hope this was also on, you can put it on, to hear how the Senate is going to grill me. And you have been compared, you had a biblical anecdote about Jesus and Barnabas, and you are saying that in the Bible they crucified the wrong person, but this time around you are going to crucify the right one. Basically, you've made your conclusion that I am guilty. So I'm wondering, what are we going through? Is it some kind of choreographed charade, or what is it all about? Of course,
Chairperson, excuse me.
Order.
Excuse me, Chairperson.
Order.
Is in camera defending himself, or he is here to answer the questions?
Order, Vice Chairman. Maintain your cool.
The Senate committee, Mr. Chairman.
Governor, just a little bit.
Yes.
My friend, Vice Chair, this is a session of the Senate. It's official. And whatever we do here is like the official sitting headed by the Speaker of the Senate. And therefore the Governor has all the right to put forward his reservations, and we shall deal with it and proceed with the matter. Thank you, Governor. Proceed.
Mr. Chairman,
yes.
Mr. Chairman, I'm saying this because the Senate committee has quasi-judicial powers. It's like if I decide to come here, you can actually see someone that can be arrested and be brought here. That's how serious the Senate committee is. It's not just a talk show. And when you come here, you can discuss very serious issues. So if the chair of a committee has made such remarks in public, what chance do I stand for fairness? Will it be a fair hearing? If a magistrate or a judge were to make such remarks in public about an accused person going to appear before them, I think the logical thing to do, if the judge made those remarks in the heat of the moment, I think it's just reasonable for the judge to recuse himself. For what I'm trying to say is that I'm actually requesting the chair, because of those strong views that he holds about me, that he recuses himself from these proceedings. Because justice must not only be done, but also be seen to be done. I'm already judged. He go to this platform on social media. He's on fire. People have already concluded that we messed up the procurement process of this maze. So really, are we just going through some kind of sham process? Yeah, I'm ready to proceed, but not under these circumstances where a pronouncement has already been made on my guilt or otherwise.
Thank you.
And then, of course, lastly, I don't know if it's relevant, we received a set of issues that we are supposed to respond to. But then it will be a rumor that, again, the chair and the cabal of other people sat and generated a list of another 23 questions that are going to be raised here. I have the list here. And I want to sincerely say that if those questions are raised here, I'll politely ask to be excused. Because the Senate cannot be a platform where people out there transmit the abuse through honorable members. So these questions are here. We are given about 23 of them. So if any of them is raised, honorable chair, I'll politely ask to be excused. Because then it's true that I've come here to be persecuted, like Jesus Christ.
Thank you.
And if you can allow me, I can play that clip, because it appears some members are not aware. I can play it. The exact words that you said.
You have put your case. The members have ears and a voice to judge. Honorable members,
let me go first, Chair. I'll actually tell the Governor, I'm actually surprised because I didn't hear the creed. But when I sit here as a competent senator and too as a member of this committee, committed to ensure that the business that we transact here, this being a house of record, is done fairly. And I can assure you that I wasn't aware that there was any prior preempting of the situation. But having said that, you also indicated that the notice that you were given was very short. You have a right to the committee and request for more time. That's a privilege that you have, that's a right that you have. And I'm trying to look at the documents I have here. I don't seem to have anything that says or indicates that you felt the time was short. You still have that right even now to request that you be given more time. That one is a privilege that you have, and you can still use it. And I want to assure you, Governor, that we do not sit here to prosecute anybody. We don't do that. I personally, I come from Rima where men are truthful, and at times very truthful. And I can tell you that I come here because I want to follow up the matter, because I have relatives who live in your county, and they want to see us follow the matter up. but not prosecute anybody. And I think it's a high time that we Kenyans learn to leave politics out of every business that we do. Some of these things we do them because we want to make each other better, we want to make systems better, we want to make service delivery better for the Kenyans, and we want to ensure that Kenyans get value for money. Ways that Kenyans have learned of learning away from some of the things that bring politics into it, but Governor, I'm not sitting here for that reason. I don't want to believe that sitting next to me here is a professor in law, and I do think and believe that his commitment to ensure that we serve justice in this country, he should be the last person who would sit here to prosecute or persecute anybody, and I want to assure you that I didn't come here for that reason. And I think let me submit that.
Thank you, Professor.
Chair, thank you. Chair, I have heard the concerns of the government. I just want to address one issue, a legal issue on oversight. And you have talked about primary oversight. We have two forms of oversight, primary oversight and secondary oversight. And in terms of the decision of the Supreme Court on the question of oversight, what the Supreme Court has held is that all forms of oversight, both forms, either by the County Assembly or Senate, can take place either at the same time or at level, because the County Assembly may interrogate a matter on different aspects. I do not know what they are doing on this question, but that would not stop Senate from interrogating the matter of asking questions. Number two, I think you preempted an outcome based on what you perceive to have seen or heard from public rallies that I don't think members know anything about, or most I do not personally know about. I did not see what clips you're talking about. But I thought the issues are so specific because they relate to procurement of dealings under the levy program, and we'll ask very specific questions. And I think the rules of this house are that if you are unable to respond to a question, you will simply say so and to move on. So I thought you let the process go on, and then if there are issues of concern, then you can raise them as you go on. But of course, I'm also alive to the fact that, as you have said, if you did not have enough time to respond, you would have then said that you request for another date because you are not ready to respond, because you referred to 23 questions. You have alluded to possible 23 questions that we do not know about ourselves on our part. You make it difficult for us because we do not know whether, because once I listen to your submission, I'll ask a question on various questions, on various aspects, and I do not know whether those fall within question number 5 or 6 or 7 of the schedule that you have. So allow us who are open to fairness, and I don't think that the chair has said that he would be prejudiced, because it's a committee, we're all here, we will ask questions, and unless you feel completely ill-prepared, I think the best way is to interrogate the issues, proceed with them, and then we do a report in the end, because finally, remember, a report of this committee will find its way to the House under the standing orders, and all members will have to deliberate. I'm sure you have your able senator here as well. I do not know what political platform both of you stand on. Maybe you're both in the same platform, I do not know. But I think we have a whole set of 68 senators who deliberate on all these issues, and it cannot be said that we can all decide that would be unfair to you merely because you perhaps share different opinion. I also note that you have referred to, even if some of these matters are under other processes, it is fair that Senate, remember that the devolved function under Schedule 4 of the Constitution, and we deal with this program, we deal with these questions, and then we come up with a fair report. And I think having this challenging the report are there, but it is important that we continue with our work as a committee, exercising, as you said, the judicial powers. Thank you.
Okay. Let Senator Bass give a comment, then I come.
Chair, I think if truly the matter was discussed after this meeting, or earlier than what the way Governor said, and the Governor is also saying that we are not giving enough time, and there are so many questions here. I don't know whether the Governor can be able to prove to this committee that this meeting was preempted, the public presence. You have proof?
Mr. Chairman, I raised that matter because, not because I'm not ready to answer the question, because these are things that we did. I can even answer you, ask you today and answer tomorrow because I've got all the information. All I'm saying is that the process must be fair. I have come here today, not as a governor, but as a man. Because what the judge said challenged me as a man, as a Bukusu man. Please not appearing before men, other men to be persecuted. Had I chickened out on account I didn't have enough time, I'll be finished today. So I'm here more.
Sorry, the chair.
Can we just play that clip? Probably you only hear what he said, because the clip is there, the chair is here. What is the harm of playing the clip? We have it. We have the clip. We have the clip. We have about 2 minutes clip. It's not a long one.
Honorable Chair, Honorable Governor, and Senator Bass. When was the letter sent?
The letter was sent on Friday at 9.
At what time?
We sent it to the PA at 6:38. Yeah.
Okay. Then we proceed. Mondigi, and then we go back to what Governor is talking about.
Chairperson, my name is Senator Alexander Mondigi, Senator of Wayne County. As a senator, we are here for transparency because of oversight. All of us, we are human beings. What Governor is saying today was more on my side. To fairness, I'm supporting the Governor to be given time, because even if we are going to give him 1 month, 1 month will be finished. We come end. 2 months will come end. So it is good to be here. I'm supporting the Governor to be here, but the Governor, it is good to understand. All of us, we are here for oversight. We are neutral. We need the work to be perfect. I'm supporting.
Chair, I think I have not completed my questions. Chair, with all due respect and with all fairness,
Yes.
if the Governor, what he's saying is true, I think personally I would say that we need to give more time to the Governor, and if the pronouncement is there, then I think you as a chair, maybe you will not be fair to this Governor. Let's be honest. So, if we agree, we all step aside for this meeting.
Chairman, that's not for all of us. Senator, it is good.
Senator Mondigi.
It is good for us.
Order, Senator Mondigi.
So I think, sorry for that, I don't pronounce myself. We give the chairman, the Governor time to step out. Sorry, I think I made misread to step out, and then the committee discuss on what to do. So
Thank you.
Let me also add my question.
Sorry,
Thank you.
I want the other record that not you to step aside. The Governor to step out, and then we'll discuss.
Thank you very much. I also want to concur with my colleague, Senator, because should there have been matters that were discussed outside here, then as members we need to be appraised of that, because it's also important for us also to know what transpired before. So I think, Chair, if you find it fit maybe to let Governor and his team step out, and then we as a committee deliberate on that, and then we can come up with a way forward.
Yes, Professor.
Chair, if I may clarify, I think the clerk said they sent the notice on Thursday.
Friday.
6:38 a.m.
On Friday.
with the PA.
To the PA, so that would mean Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So today will be the 7th day.
Yes. Target the weekend also.
Yes. That would be the 7th day. But the question is whether there is adequate response, whether you feel ready to proceed. That's the other point. Because I'm sure your governor, I know that there may have been a court order barring you from visiting the county.
No.
Or you are in office.
Yes.
Then you're good to go.
No, we are prepared to go prove you are a lawyer.
Yes, of course I am.
The chair cannot appear to be biased. And the chair cannot appear to be working on behalf of somebody who is not inside this committee. And I'm just begging, very humbly,
Governor,
that if we step out, let that clip be played when we are out. Make your own judgment.
But Governor, I do not know whether you are a who is a Bukusu man here? Are you a Bukusu man?
The chair is a Bukusu man. I'm equally a Bukusu man. And the Bukusus know when the one Bukusu man has challenged another one as a man, not as a governor.
So your view is that you are being challenged as a man?
I've come here as a man.
Oh.
You have invited the governor.
So, but we are ready to proceed. When our colleague we can play that clip and go out, you listen to it, make your own conclusion.
I want to agree with members that good governor steps out with this team, and the committee of the Senate and Secretary to stay put. And the media, we can allow you to have fresh air, then you'll come back. Sergeant, are you okay? Thank you, members of the Senate Agriculture Committee, the delegation from the Great County of Trans Nzoia, the Secretariat present, and to Kenyans who are following this proceeding live. The committee of the Senate wants to give direction on the matter, cognizant of the fact that the work of this committee must be above board. The work of this committee must be non-political. The work of this committee is to oversight and ensure all invited county delegations are given a fair platform to express themselves, to discuss issues and justify their presentation. The committee will want to request the governor of the Great County of Trans Nzoia to, one, proceed and introduce himself and present what you have. After that, we will adjourn the meeting and give you another day where you will come, and that day will be next week on Thursday, 12th of June, 10 a.m., where you will be able to interact with the committee. And yours truly, the Senator of Bungoma, the chair of the committee, will give you an ample time to present all that you have with your team without me being the chair of that session. The session will be led by Senior Counsel, Professor Ojenda, who will proceed moving forward to the conclusion of this matter. And therefore, from now, as you finish your presentation of the document, no senator is going to ask any question. You will simply just table your documents. You can take us through if you want. And then on Thursday, the entire committee will be there, headed by Senior Counsel Ojenda. And that extension equally gives you more ample time. If you have anything else that you would love to add that is not there, under the leadership of Professor, he will give guidance moving forward. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, is that only final? Because I only just want something before you do.
Proceed.
we banned the midnight oil and responded to all the issues. And in the interest of austerity measures, because every time we come here, we are spending a lot of money which you don't even have.
Okay.
Can we be allowed to dispense with this matter today?
Thank you, Governor.
Yeah. Please.
That being your request, honorable members, you can give us your feeling or your school of thought. If you present, then we proceed. And then I want to cede my chair to Professor Ojenda. I will sit as a member and proceed with the program of the day.
Some clarification.
Yes,
it is his considered opinion, Chair, that he is prepared to proceed with the matter. And if it is his considered opinion that he is adequately prepared for the matter, then there is no harm proceeding with it. However, I would want the governor to underline, we are not lump sum for anybody. We are independent individuals who come and sit in this committee with the interest of this country at heart. We do not, when we sit in a committee, we become apolitical. We are not affiliated to any side of the political divide. And therefore, we do not let ourselves be driven by anybody. And that's where we sit there as a witness giving us evidence. We consider it with its merit and we make a decision. And as has been pointed out, our decision is not final. The report that we will come out with will be subject to discussion on the House by 67 members, and therefore we will be doing the committee a very great disservice if we do not produce a report that can stand the test of time. So if you are invited in any committee, this one or any other, know that we have a bigger responsibility ensuring that we do service to our colleagues by producing a document that can withstand the test of time. Thank you, Chair.
Let the incoming chair give interim chair give his opinion.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you very much. Governor, I'm just concerned about a few things. In as much as you indicate that you're ready to proceed, you had indicated discomfort about certain questions that you have not referred to and that we do not know. I do not know whether now you take the view that you will be prepared to respond to any question that the members of the committee shall pose to you. Because if you say we proceed, then we will go the whole hog till the end. I think that's just a point that I need you to clarify, that once the chair steps out and I take the chair, as I shall, then now you are ready to proceed, and that now you are no longer dealing with, now the chair will now sit away as a Bukusu man and we can now proceed.
Yeah, immediately the chair leaves the chair, I become governor.
No longer a Bukusu
man. But of course I'll have discomfort, which I will not necessarily share if I see some question that I was given as a leakage here because I'm told they were prepared somewhere. I don't want to discuss them. And you proceed. But I was given this question because I was told this entire exercise is a lynching exercise. I've come here to be prosecuted, to be persecuted, and this question, there is a command center in Bungoma that has come up with these questions that are outside the issues that have been raised here. That's the only concern, but I'm ready to proceed.
Incoming chair, I want to, because of time, as a senior counsel, I trust your wisdom to defend the innocent and the guilty. I want to take a neutral position and proceed as an active member of this committee. Thank you.
So we'll dive, thank you, Chair. We will dive right in, as Chair of the Commission now, we'll dive right into the issues. Governor, I invite you to introduce your team. Have you done that?
I've done that.
Yes. Proceed to table the documents that you have.
I have a report here on all the issues raised, plus supporting documents in terms of appendices.
Honorable Chair.
Just confirming if you've tabled the documents, if they are all signed, just to confirm. Governor, the documents.
The document is not signed.
You need to sign it.
Yes.
Please proceed.
Just confirm if it's all duly signed. You could sign one copy so that you table that one, so that then you can proceed to present it. Yeah. Have the signed copy. You could go through, just take us through the documents that you've tabled so that we have it on record.
So we go issue by issue, starting on page 2. I don't have to go with the introduction, just the background. So the first issue is a report on the procurement and tendering for maize seed. The issue was when and how the tender was advertised. The tender was advertised on Monday, 27th January 2025, through page 2 of the Daily Nation for the supply and delivery of hybrid maize seed under tender number 170-6296 of 2024-2025 as Pandex 1, which is on page 6. Additionally, the tender notice was published on the official Trans-Nzoia account website, www.transnzoia.go.ke, the suppliers portal, www.supplier.treasury.go.ke, the government tenders portal, www.tenders.go.ke, and the county public service board. 2, the list of companies or entities that submitted bids for the tender. Number 1 was Kenya Seed Company Limited of PO Box 553, 3200 Kitale. Relief Line Kenya Limited of PO Box 25914, 100 Nairobi. And Western Seed Company of PO Box 1022, 3200 Kitale. Number C, the evaluation and awarding criteria outlined in the tender documents. The evaluation, which was at 3 stages, the preliminary, technical evaluation, and financial evaluation, and awarding criteria was as contained in the tender document, indicating the actual scores as per the text appendix 2, which is on page 8. Question 4, quantity of maize seed procured and the unit cost per bundle, and whether the cost was aligned to the prevailing market rates at the time of procurement. 256,029 packets of 2 kg each. 1 kg at the unit price of Kenya shillings 210. 2 kg at a unit price of Kenya shillings 420. A bundle has 12 packets of 2 kilograms costing 5,040 Kenya shillings per bundle. Note, Based on the approved budget and market price, the initial quantity that was to be procured was 145,700 at a cost of 690. This was based on the market survey. You have to go to the market with the price as per appendix 3 on page 23, requisition form. However, the Ministry of Agriculture circular reference number MOA/LCD/9/7, which revised the Kenya Seed Company pricing to Kenya shillings 420 per 3 kg packet, as documented in appendix 4 on page 28, enabled the department to procure 256,029 packets out of estimated targeted population of 400,000 poor small-scale farmers, as per AKIPRA 2024. Number 5, criteria for identification and vetting of the beneficiaries, including the total number of packets of maize seed allocated to each beneficiary. Eligibility criteria. These must be small-scale farmers, small-scale landowners of 0.2 acres or less who are poor. Another category of widows, the youth, the elderly, persons living with disabilities, women or resource poor individuals. The selection of beneficiaries was conducted through a thorough vetting process by a designated ward selection committees. The county executive committee member is the appointing authority of the vetting committees as per the Trans Nzoia County Crop Agriculture Act 2021, Clause 9, which is Appendix 5 on page 30. The vetting criteria adopted the guidelines developed from Clause 10 of the Crop Act, that's Appendix 6 on page 34. Each beneficiary was allocated 1 packet of 2 kilograms certified hybrid seedlings. Number 6, the mode of communication with the public and how the distribution was undertaken in the county. The public was informed through multiple channels, the usual one that we use, including the ward planning committees, which comprise of ward administrator, ward agricultural officer, area chief, a representative of the area member of the county assembly, representatives of youths, representative of persons with disabilities, and representative of women. Distribution of notification letters to ward administrators, chiefs and village elders, use of public address systems, social media platforms, and public posters. How were the distributions undertaken in the county? Venues were identified per ward as per the third schedule, Appendix 7 on page 39. The distribution was done publicly at the identified venues, and by the chairman, I want to confirm that I attended all the distribution activities in all the 25 wards. Some had 2 venues, others had 1, but I was personally present in all of them. So that's our report. The rest are supporting documents.
Is that all? Do you want to cede way to your CCM Agriculture to say anything or to add anything?
Unless you have something to add. That was the report from the counter. Maybe if there are any issues to be raised, then we'll respond.
So you are prepared for questions. Members, just for some direction, Governor, if we ask you questions, and should you